Good morning. Today we are continuing on with our book club about Just Show Up by Kara Tippett. And today we're going to be talking about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. If you have a friend who is walking through a really hard time, this book would be a great encouragement to you to know how to walk through this really difficult time with them. So good morning. If you are new, my name is Crystal Payne and I am the founder of MoneySavingMom.com, and we have been going through Just Show Up by Kara Tippett as part of our Scope Book Club, and I'm so excited to be back to scoping about books after I took a week off for Thanksgiving. There's so much in this book that has been really good and so challenging for me. And today I want to talk about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. This is something that's really important when you're walking through hard with someone. And this is from chapter 3, and it's called The Gift of Silence. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this book, it is written by Kara Tippett, who passed away from cancer earlier this year, and it's co-authored by her friend Jill. And so part of the book is by Jill, and she talks about walking through this journey with Kara, and then Kara shares a little bit in each chapter. This chapter, this section is from Jill, Kara's friend, and she said, "During this journey, I've learned to be comfortable with my uncomfortable. The more I've been around Kara, the easier it's become to not know what to say. I still struggle with it, but part of the ease has come from experience, from showing up without words, from showing up with the wrong words, from showing up, from choosing to be there even when I don't know what to say or do. I've also gotten braver with others who are suffering. I've started asking questions I wouldn't have asked before. Recently, while speaking to a person with a terminal illness, I asked her if she preferred to talk about her suffering or if she'd rather I didn't ask. Communication is an amazing tool we can use to be gentle with one another." She said, "In the past, I've played the let's pretend this isn't happening card. But when a person is going through something hard and I don't mention anything about their trial, it's like a big elephant is sitting on my foot. I'm having to peer around the elephant to see and talk to them, but at no point do I mention the creature cutting off the circulation to one of my appendages." How often have we done that? When someone is going through a hard time, we don't know what to say, so we don't say anything. Here's the book. It's called Just Show Up by Kara Tippett. She said, "Of course this scenario is silly, but not saying anything to someone about the suffering they are going through is a little like this. Before this experience with Kara, I was so afraid to say the wrong thing that I wouldn't say anything at all. I was so fearful of hurting or offending that I didn't want to bring up the hard. But please don't join me by overlooking the elephant on your foot. Here's where the dance of walking through suffering with a loved one comes back again. Ignoring someone's suffering is hurtful. Not saying anything at all is wounding." So really think about that. Not saying anything at all is wounding. Now, she goes on to say, so if we're supposed to say something, what should we say? In the same way that it's okay to have a go-to meal, earlier she talked about, if you're taking a meal to someone, just have a go-to meal that you always take so that you don't have to stress about if cooking isn't your thing. Just take the same thing every single time. It's okay to have a go-to phrase. This doesn't cheapen your words or compassion. Tell that voice that says your words need to be spontaneous, not scripted, to shut up. Phrases like these work well. I'm so sorry to hear about blank. I'm sorry you're going through this. If you ever need to talk to someone, I'm happy to listen. I'll be praying for you. Yes, ignoring is wounding, Emily. That is just, I think for me, that's what really challenged me. Even if you don't know what to say something, but keep it really simple. Just say, I'm so sorry. You don't have to try to fix it. Just say, I'm so sorry, or I'm praying for you. Or one thing I like to do is say, I prayed X for you. You know, fill in the blank. Tell them exactly what you prayed and just say, I prayed for patience and perseverance and peace for you, or whatever it is. Just tell them what you prayed for them. And that really encourages someone to know that someone was thinking of them. Someone prayed for them, but not that someone is trying to fix it or fix them, because in a lot of situations, there's no such thing as a quick fix. In most situations, there's no such thing as a quick fix, but people need to know that you're there for them. I thought this part was especially good. It said, for those hungry for a definite and showing up for others, there's a guideline for helping us decipher what to say and what not to say when approaching suffering. An article in the LA Times titled, How Not to Say the Wrong Thing, provided a simple tool we can use. Their suggestion is to draw a circle with a number of rings around it. The name of the person who is suffering goes in the middle circle. From there, you can list others who are connected in various ways. The closer someone is to the one who is suffering, the closer their name goes to the center ring. And the key is this: comfort in, dump out. So here is the circle. This thing for me really challenged me. So it talks about how the closer someone is to this inner ring, that is, you put the one who is suffering there, and then the people who are closest to them around here. And you're going to comfort in and you're going to dump out. So what this means is basically that you are not going to go to this person and dump all your problems on them, dump all your struggles on them, tell them how hard this is for you. You're going to tell that to someone who is outside of this circle, who is outside one of the inner rings. You're going to comfort in and dump out. And I just thought that was very insightful to really think about, am I in a hard situation? Am I dumping on people who I should be comforting? So comfort in, dump out. And that really convicted me in something that it's going to stick with me probably for the rest of my life, to think about when walking through hard with someone, and how to, sometimes you just need to keep your mouth shut. Even though it's so hard, just keep your mouth shut and just comfort, just love. So that is what I wanted to share with you. Oh wait, there's one more thing I wanted to share on this. It says, if in doubt as to whether someone is closer to the middle circle than you, try to err on the side of comforting instead of dumping. Comfort is always received as a gift. In an attempt to comfort, many Christians offer platitudes that point to Jesus. But phrases such as, God has a plan, He won't give you more than you can handle, and all things work together for good to those who love God, are not sympathetic. Platitudes like these are hurtful and wince-worthy. So really think about that. What are the words that you're saying when someone's going through a hard time? And are you saying words that are wince-worthy, that are really causing pain to the person instead of really comforting them and encouraging them? And so remember, just have a go-to phrase if you need to. One of the phrases that I have, that I say a lot, because as a blogger, hearing a lot of people's stories that are so hard, and you hurt so much for them. But just saying to them either, I just prayed for you, X, and then tell them what I prayed for them, or just saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And just saying that, I'm so sorry. I hurt for you. That's another one that I say a lot, is I'll just say, my heart hurts so much for you. And so just simple phrases like that can mean so much. So remember, don't just peer around that elephant in the room. Actually say something, because not acknowledging it at all hurts worse than, trying to acknowledge it and maybe possibly saying the wrong thing. So let's get comfortable with the uncomfortable, because that's the best way to walk through hard with people. Have a great day.